I feel like I'm far away from my microphone, even though I'm not. Welcome back, everybody, to a new episode of the Wisemen Say podcast, powered by Yamo Media. Ty Fisher alongside Jerald Lucas, my friend. I think the last time that we did an introduction like this, we were champions of MLS Cup.
Yeah.
And now we are champions of Leagues Cup 2024.
Hey, as you can see, the new backdrop for now. Campeones once again. I think we've watched this episode of MLS soccer before, if I'm not mistaken. 2-1 on December 9th of 2023, 5-1 on July 13th. Now August 25th, Campeones once again.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It was I think about the 80th minute my heart rate started going up.
78.
78 for you?
That's when Kai Kamara came on.
It's fair enough. Fair enough.
and any crew fan will tell you, Kai Kamara comes on late in the game that's tied, will give you a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
And when Jerald went out, Kai Kamara came in. I'm like, well, I'd rather keep Jerald in there than Kai Kamara.
Fair. I would.
But oh my God.
Before we get deep into it, other than the weekend, how was your weekend?
Not too bad. 1,200 miles down and back to Atlanta. So you could call me the Iron Man. 24 hours, drive down there, drive back, and yeah. Stopped at Buc-ee's for a minute, which I can't wait for them to come to Ohio.
Dude, Buc-ee's. I've never been to Buc-ee's, but I hear it's great.
Bruh, they got a mascot that walks around the store and you can take pictures with him.
I knew that. I knew they had a mascot. I've never been. I know there's one in I think the headquarters is in Texas. I think it is. Yeah. So I excuse me. I never been, but I've heard many great things about it. How different is it compared to like Sheetz or Wawa? Or is it like the same?
All right, take Sheetz.
Yeah.
And put it with Cracker Barrel.
So like a country Sheetz.
Pretty much what happens is with Buc-ee's, you have how Cracker Barrel has the store where you could get like all the memorabilia and all that different things, and amplify that by 3 times, maybe even 5 to 6.
Really?
Add a gas station. Add, fresh food being made. Add jerky. Add, your jars of things, right? Preserves and peppers and, jams and everything.
Yeah.
Add all that into one building.
Okay.
You might as well say it's a mini version of like a Sam's Club.
Okay.
Not the products and everything, but like the clothes and the little odds and ends, right? Mixed with their gas station.
Okay.
Like, oh my God. And they pay well too.
Man wants to know if you got any pulled pork.
I did the extra large pulled pork or brisket sandwich.
Oh, that sounds banger. Brisket sounds so good.
The extra large brisket sandwich bangs. You don't need to add any more barbecue. Their jerky is they have a jerky wall.
That sounds so good. Brisket, man.
On top of that, you could go to the meat counter, and they have all their jerky there in a display case.
I'm not a big fan of jerky.
They even have a bakery. A bakery.
Brisket is perfect.
Yes. And they do have clean bathrooms too. They pay well. Their bathroom attendant and like bathroom / lot and car wash attendant gets paid $20 an hour.
I'd do that just to make that kind of money. Other than that, I mean, besides having good brisket, we had a good weekend with the Leagues Cup final. LAFC came into town yet again. Eric from, I think it's Voices of Black and Gold podcast said that Lower.com Field is the house of horrors.
It is
for LAFC because after the MLS Cup loss. I mean, let's take some time just talk about this game in general, from probably things that stood out to us and whatnot. Just what was your overall just thoughts on this game?
All right, so I'm gonna take it to before the game, right? Before the game was even played. You got LAFC chirping in the media, right? You have Denny Bawanga sitting there saying, let Columbus be the favorite. This feels like a revenge game, right? You have Steve
Sanchez that said that, by the way.
Oh, Sanchez, okay.
Wrote about the right Columbus as the favorites.
Yeah. So, but Bawanga is the one that says feels like a revenge game. So,
yep.
Then you got Steve Cherundolo's comments after MLS Cup played on a loop. Columbus just was the better team that night. We're the better team overall. So you gave bulletin point material to Columbus. If you want to look at stats, in Wilfred Nancy's first year and a half with Columbus, in 42 matches across all competitions, Columbus has only lost 2 games so far at home. 2. That's a 40-2 record. I ain't gonna go into how many draws, but just say it's a 40-2 record across all competitions, Champions Cup, all that, right? So Nazi has done something with this team. And now you give them bulletin material saying, oh, well, they were just the better team that night. You have Tata Martinez saying, Columbus doesn't have stars. I don't know what he's watching, because apparently the whole entire Columbus crew are stars.
I think that was more so of a compliment than anything.
More of a compliment to Nancy, because he didn't really talk about the players. That he said that it's a resemblance of the coach, coach. Why they're playing this way? It's because the coach. They're not, they're not stars. They're players from all walks of life, but they're not stars like Suarez, Messi, Busquets, Alba. You know what I'm saying? So it was throwing shade to me. It was throwing shade at the players. Nazi's not the one out there on the field playing. He just, like he always says, he gives them the tools, and they have to go use the tools. So to me, that was a shot at the players. Pretty much saying, well, you're not worldly, you're not world class. in my opinion, this whole team is world class.
Mm-hmm.
Name another team right now in the United States that is not gone global besides Inter Miami.
Yeah, fair.
There's only 3 teams, and that's LAFC, Inter Miami, and Columbus. You know, I see Crew fans that are traveling Europe wearing, Crew gear, and somebody says, "Oh, you're a Columbus Crew fan." You wouldn't know where Columbus is if you're not paying attention to the Crew being on the world stage. So having all this bulletin board material and just going out there game in and game out and proving why you're called America's hardest working team, why this is, I'm gonna go out and say it's a dynasty right now.
That is ironically enough. I have like 3 people message me to be on their shows this week talking about the Crew dynasty.
What else can you call it though?
I don't call it a dynasty though.
I mean, you could call it the golden era.
Yeah, a dynasty to me is Golden State.
That I'll take that. Jordan and the Bulls and LA with Kobe and all that.
Yeah, like those are dynasties because they have performed to not really max expectations year after year after year. I think in order for us to be a dynasty, within these next few years, from we'll go 23 to about 27, we will need to, 1, play consistently good like how we are, and 2, somehow, some way continue to win hardware. But I think that hardware has to be A, the Shield, and or B, the MLS Cup, meaning we have to win 4 or 5 MLS Cups within these next 2-3 years.
So to me, the club is a dynasty. If you go and look at, which is true, Manuel said it perfect. But
it's a form of treble, but not like the treble.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I mean, if you look at the Columbus Crew overall, three cups, 3 supporter shields, a U.S. Open Cup, right? Campeones Cup, now Leagues Cup, MLS Next Pro Cup. To me, this club is a dynasty. And because of having all that hardware now, to me, it's a dynasty. But I get your take though, as far as like a championship dynasty, they have to win at least 2 to 3 more cups to become considered a championship dynasty. Now if you add in another Campeones Cup and say CONCACAF, and maybe a supporter shield or 2, and maybe one or 2 MLS Cups, then it's hard denying the pedigree, right?
I think more so for CONCACAF, I would take CONCACAF Champions Cup over Campeones Cup any day of the week.
I would too, but I'm just saying it's hardware. Me. It's hardware.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to end up being like Ohio State and building a room just for trophies.
Yeah.
Like, where are you going to put all the trophies at?
Do you think that the Columbus Crew have solidified an argument for the FIFA Club World Cup?
Yes.
I think so too. I don't see why not. I mean, I get the rumors of, having the MLS Supporter Shield and the MLS Cup winner fight for the spot, play a one-off for that spot. But at the same time, say it's Miami LAFC in the final, and off chance Miami wins. Okay. And this, I would kind of want to get battered herons on one show to talk about this. If Miami wins MLS Cup, what makes Miami, and do not say Messi because that's the most cliche argument, but what do you think would make Miami so much better than Columbus for the FIFA Club World Cup spot? I'll give you an answer right away. Nothing.
There's nothing that could, but some people can make the argument of being without the greatest soccer player of all for so long, and being without some of their stars due to Olympics and Copa America, and finding ways to still win. Some teams could still, some people would still try to make an argument, right?
Yeah.
I just, if we're going by who gets that final spot, it would have to be MLS Cup winner from 23.
Why 23 though? Why not 24?
Why not 24? Because then I don't know. I'm tossed at 23 because I think it would be a better matchup. You know what I'm saying? It would be a better matchup because you would have Columbus versus Inter Miami, and Messi would play in that one. Because that's one trophy that he's never hoisted.
Who?
Messi.
The FIFA Club World Cup?
Yes.
I think you're right. I don't think Barcelona has ever won the FIFA Club World Cup.
So
yeah, I think you're right.
That's one trophy that he's never hoisted. The other being MLS Cup. And Supporters Shield, but they're on track for that. But I just think that it would be a better matchup to showcase who the best team in the United States is.
Oh, they have. They've won 3.
Really?
Yeah.
With him on there?
Hang on. I mean, if he was, I'm pretty sure he was with Barcelona in 2015. Yeah, he was with Barcelona in 2015. Yeah. They won in 2009, 2011, and 2015.
Okay, so he's hoisted that.
He's pretty much won everything, honestly. Except for the prestigious MLS Cup.
Yes.
The one that matters.
But I think it would be I think it would be beneficial to have those two. Now, flip sided, if they want to go with whoever wins the 24 Cup and Columbus just so happens to win a consecutive cup, you still, and they want to do that
have to make the
playoff
argument.
You have Columbus versus Inter Miami once again, going either way. And like Manuel said, Don Garber doesn't like the Crew. He doesn't like Columbus. He, he just has to tolerate handing us trophies.
Excuse me.
But you gotta love it anytime Columbus foils Don Garber's plans for it. You know that for Inter Miami.
Yeah.
You have to love it. You know, oh, crew are down 2-0 against Inter Miami. It's over for them. Think again. We've been in this boat before.
Yep. No love loss is made evident by the booze. Correct. The game though in question, I think it was about as expected as I thought it was going to be.
It was. Shouts out to the crew and everyone at lower.com field though, because like the man Adam King said when he leaned over, he said this is beyond the checkbook for crew. They're going all out with all the pyros and the smoke and everything. And it just
the
fireworks on top of the stadium.
The yellow smoke on top of the stadium. I was like, Jesus Christ.
I wanted to see the traffic cams from that day right there at 670 split, okay? All you see is just a cloud of yellow smoke as you're driving.
Who is this calling me? Dinata. Who is this? I'm sending them the voice. I got a text message from it's like conducting some type of survey or something like that. Yeah, Dinata is sure issues important to Columbus. I don't care.
Shout out to the front office and all the pyros and everything, and Welshly Arms once again coming down and either performing or doing the national anthem at the crew game. But it was a heavyweight prize fight. LAFC got tired of losing to Columbus. What they do? They go out and get half the French national team. You know what I'm saying? They go out and get the half. And I was a little nervous, because of everybody, on LAFC was playing, at a high pace.
Yeah.
Through the tournament. But I was cool, calm, and collected because, like Nazi says, if we just play our style, we're gonna win. If not, we'll come, damn near, either draw or we lose, fighting.
Yeah. Luis broke his hip out there. I think that first goal really kind of took pressure off of the crew a little bit because they're heading into halftime tied at zeros.
Well, if you look at it right before the first goal, right, Columbus had 4 shots on goal, 3 misses and a save. Max had a shot that just went left. Darlington had, was in his sweet spot, ready, primed and ready to go for a banger.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes over. You know what I'm saying? It goes left and over. Cucho, just not even a minute later, had a shot that, went left. So you have 3 shots that went left of goal.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay. And then Max went again and, tried a shot that was blocked, and they went out for the, this is right around Darlington's shot, but he had a block that led to a corner. Rossi gets it to Darlington somehow, and, he misses on his shot. But then in that 45th minute, that whole play was just pure magic.
Yeah.
It looked like Phil Jackson was out there, drew up a play for Jordan and Pippen. Or Kobe and somebody else. Because the way Zawadzki, the way that Zawadzki went to went to the end line, but also towards the corner to draw that defender. Left Mo wide open, and with him being the shifty, sneaky guy that he is, was able to get by one defender. And he laid a soft cross up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Cucho saw it, took off charging. Ilya Sanchez couldn't even stop Cucho. And for somebody being 5'9", he gets up in the air.
Scores the most headers in the league.
It's Air Cucho. Fuck Air Jordan. It's Air Cucho in Columbus. Somebody needs to make that sign. Make a T-shirt. But no, Mo laid that soft cross up in the air, and Hugo Lloris had no chance of stopping it. Just the fact that when Cucho flicked his head with the authority, and that ball was going in the back of the net, no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, it did take pressure of him, opening up the scoring that late going into halftime. Because now you go to the locker room, you have the momentum, your home crowd is just on fire. Right? Now the message is we need to sustain that.
Yeah.
We need to sustain that fire, that passion, that rage, that energy.
But the second half, they come out flat-footed.
They came out flat-footed, but if you remember what Nazi said post-game, prior to that goal that they conceded, he switched into a protection formation to protect that lead.
Yeah.
Which is not Nazi. Like he said, and he said he was sitting there on the sideline mad at himself for switching his formation up into a protection. And he hurried up and switched it right back to, the aggressive. And look what happens.
I didn't even realize that until he said it.
I didn't either. And when I went back and watched the game when I got home before I fell asleep,
mm-hmm.
You could see, because it allowed LAFC to press up higher and higher. And as soon as that goal got conceded, Nazi, tells, hey, switch. And then after that, it was all Columbus with the shot attempts.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, somebody must have went and listened to Nazi's post game.
I absolutely love your question. Which one? What do you mean, which one? You fool.
Hey, I had to make him laugh a little bit,
Yeah,
not all
MLS.
I know, but not all MLS, reps are, got something stuck up their ass.
Gabriel's cool. Gabe's cool. Cool people. I like him.
Yeah, but
who got the goal? Oh, Giroud. His goal.
I mean, what can you say?
That's just class, honestly. I mean, that's just class. That's what he does. That's why he's the 9 for the French national team for so long.
Well, not only that, but if you go back and watch before that goal, Giroud and Camacho were going back and forth, jollying at each other.
Who was it?
Camacho and Giroud.
Oh, yeah.
They were jollying at each other. So for him to get that header, it's just like, now what? Say na boo boo. You know what I'm saying? But Columbus answered.
I saw what you posted, and I saw somebody else posted too. That ball kid, or ball dasher as they're called now, getting that ball to Matan.
Like literally, like somebody, I saw the video, right? And somebody pointed it out too. Like, watch the ball kid as he gets Matan that ball quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I had to go back and watch it again. And as soon as that ball went out of play, the ball kid said, "Here." I'm like, oh shit. And then that's how Cucho was able to do what he did.
Yeah.
Like, I think the ball kid was like, look, I got school tomorrow. I'm not trying to be here for penalty.
I don't think anybody was, man.
You know.
But can I just give my props to Matan for after that goal goes in, the guy doesn't even celebrate. He just goes to where that jersey landed and pleads for it back. Apparently it got up to the second deck.
I don't know how.
Apparently Cucho had air on that thing, because to get it from down on the field up to the second deck, man, that's
but if you go
hang time.
If you also go back and watch the celebration afterwards, Cucho jumps over the baseboards.
Yeah, he just sits on it.
And he's like looking for his jersey.
No, he wasn't even looking for it. He's just looking at the crowd.
Like, man,
the jersey from Rosette. Honestly, he did.
Hey, shout out to the Nordeca too, though, during the game with the 40-foot cup snake.
Oh my god, that was.
I didn't see it until after I saw pictures. But I'm like, are you like?
Dog. But it's not. It's after that. It's 30 seconds later. Literally, I think 30 seconds later. The icing on the cake. Your boy, your favorite gets on the board, puts the freaking dagger into LAFC. By the way, yes, this actually happened. I'm mad. I'm mad nobody has that.
What
handshake, dude? After the freaking after he puts his jersey on, Cucho, after the goal.
I saw it.
Walking over, and Cucho just like shakes his hand and gets the yellow card. I died laughing.
And he put his arm around the ref too.
Yeah, I was like, dog. Like,
he already knew what was about to happen.
He knows.
Like the ref didn't even run over. He walked over there. Cucho just looked at him like.
I mean, he did the same thing when he scored his debut goal in Chicago, gets the winner. He did the same thing. Took off his jersey and shakes the ref's hand, gives him a thumbs up, like, yeah, I already know. Like yeah. This really quick. Is Cucho the best 9 in the league right now?
Yes. And I say that because he's consistent.
Yeah.
Whether it's scoring, whether it's an assist, or whether it's some type of way that he contributes for a goal. You know, and like Nazi said in the post game, his mother-in-law likes the way Cucho plays with the rage. Not how he scores, but with the rage and the passion that that he has out there on the field. You know, so he's the most consistent 9 in the league.
Yeah.
I don't know who you could put above him.
But last but not least, this will be the last key point of this. Jason Russell dagger in LAFC, and all 25 of their fans just start leaving.
Man, listen. All right.
I mean, shout out to them for for traveling on such short notice.
Yeah. And then
Shout
also
out
saying
to
they couldn't hear us after
man.
Giroud scored. That was hilarious.
Life comes at you fast, doesn't it?
Man. But on Cucho's second goal, that was supposed to be a cross. That wasn't supposed to be a shot. But Jason couldn't get there in time for the header. So he pulled up, and when he pulled up, he acted as a screen in front of Hugo. So as he went,
I'm talking about Jason's goal.
I'm doing pretext.
Oh, okay.
So, by him doing that, right? That led to Cucho's second goal. Now you got the play that killed the game, put the dagger in LAFC's heart, sent him packing back without another finals win in Columbus. That whole play started with Amundsen playing popcorn with the header over to Diego. Diego with the quick header to open space for Cucho, and it was off to the races. And things in the mirror, objects in the mirror are much closer than
normal fans here.
And the way that Diego just flies by defenders.
Oh yeah, he absolutely turned on the gas against what was that, Malik Tillman?
Yes. And then you have Jason streaking on the right. And Cucho, the one defender back there had a choice to make. Do I go? Aaron Long was okay. Aaron Long was back there. He had a choice. Do I go towards Cucho and risk being, nutmeg, and then there was really nobody behind me? Or do I stay here? Well, he chose wrong. He started going towards Cucho, which by doing that, left open a window big enough for Cucho to get the pass off to Jason. And Jason just kills it.
Mm-hmm.
And Cucho said after the game, they were asked about his about Jason scoring, and he was like, I could have had the hat trick. He's like, but I saw Jason, I gave him the ball, and he's a killer. So the way that he he was able to, get the assist on that, to, the vision that he has.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
two quick, actually good talking points for the next minute or so. Manuel says, after this final, what tactics will Nancy will Cherundolo steal? After the 5-1 loss, he started going to a 3-4-3. Do you think they would go to a control possession type thing? I noticed that for the Colorado match that
the 3-4-3
LAFC started playing 3 in the back. I noticed that.
Yeah.
And then Edgar, by the way, fellas, the chat among LAFC fans that Cherundolo is the reason they keep losing finals. Like, really? Y'all gonna blame the guy that leads your players to the final? Granted, it did take a Philly-sized choke job for LAFC to get. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
As for the first one, I don't think they'll go to a control possession type tactic, but I think they'll implement it for like when they're in the lead to kind of kill the game. And then I can see how Cherundolo is the reason why they keep losing finals. Because as the coach, making adjustments like on the fly is what you're supposed to do to counteract how the other team is playing, right? I don't think I saw Cherundolo up for maybe more than 5 minutes during that game.
I didn't even see him with the damn dry erase board.
Imagine if they lose tomorrow night to Seattle. That is true.
In
U.S.
the
Open
Open
Cup is on
Cup.
right now too. Yeah, U.S. Open Cup is on right now too. KC and Indy 11 are playing right now.
I hope Indy 11 wins.
You and me both. You and me both.
Because from what I heard, if they win and win the U.S. Open Cup, they get the berth into Champions Cup
CONCACAF.
as
Mhm.
as the U.S.
Hey, solid though. Hey, I'm here for it. Go Indy 11.
Yeah, they weren't allowed to. They weren't allowed to bring their tifo in.
Yeah, I saw that. But other than that, I mean, this game now with that win, we get a bye into the round of 16 for 2025 CONCACAF Champions Cup. We missed the group stages of a tournament again. So I mean, third tournament in a row that we missed the group stages because we didn't play group stage and oh no, we did play group stages in CONCACAF, didn't we? No, we didn't. We didn't. We made it to the what was that round of 16?
Yeah,
No, 32.
32 is Leagues Cup. 16 is.
But we made it to the round of 32 in CONCACAF because we won the MLS Cup.
Yeah.
No. It was 16. 16 was Houston. Quarterfinals was Tigres. Monterrey was semifinals, and then Pachuca was the final. Yeah, round of 16. So, I mean, hey, even if we win MLS Cup, somebody else is going to get a round of 16 bye into the Champions Cup.
It's also funny too because don't they give home field advantage to the top team of the World Cup rankings?
The World Cup rankings?
Or the CONCACAF rankings, I'm sorry.
For what? CONCACAF?
For Champions Cup. Don't they do like if you have you're like ranked high, you have you get to host. So it'd be away, home.
I think so. I think that's how it was for that sounds about right of how they did it last year.
I mean, if Columbus stays number one in the CONCACAF.
Yeah. Question. Will Cucho be here next spring? I say no.
I say yes.
Really?
I say yes.
You think Cujo's going to be here another year?
I think Dr. Pete and the Haslams see what's going on here in Columbus and will open up the checkbook some way, somehow to keep this core together.
I mean, one would hope. Right?
Yes, but if he's not, there has to be some player that's his caliber or better.
Yeah.
And that will be the test for Issa.
Will Nancy be here next spring?
Yes. Nazi will be here probably for like the next 3 to 4 years.
That's a hot take. That's a hot take. I don't see him being here after next year if we continue to play the way we are, especially if we win MLS Cup. I don't see. I mean, okay, wait. If we win MLS Cup this year, I think he'll be here next year, but the year after that, no.
He's a family man, and he'll bounce it around with his wife and kids.
Right.
For his next decision, where he goes.
Yeah.
I say he'll be here the next 3 years at least. because he wants to leave his mark here in Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
And if he does not win Coach of the Year for a third time in a row being up for it, I think that leaves a sour taste in his mouth, and he wants to win that. Even though he won't say it, I think he wants that Coach of the Year award.
I'm surprised he didn't get it last year. Who got it last year? Pat Noonan?
Yes.
Makes sense. Cincinnati was absolutely great last year.
And he finished behind Jim Curtin the year before that. Both times he finished behind the Shield winner.
They won the Shield in 22? Philly? I thought they won it in 21. Because LA won. Nah, because LA won it in 22. LAFC, because they also won the. Yeah, so they won it in 21. So his first year in Montreal. Because they finished, I think, third in the East. 22. That was who? Jim Curtin?
Yeah.
That one Coach of the Year? Yeah, he finished second.
Pat Noonan last year.
Yeah.
And he finished third.
Yeah, that's so
behind Bradley Cornell and Pat Noonan.
Yeah, because St. Louis was good last year. St. Louis was good. Yeah, Pat Noonan, Bradley Cornell. Yeah, I think 2020 was Philly. Who was 2021? I thought 2021 was Philly. And 2020 was Seattle. I don't know, man. 2021 was that's what it was. It was the Revs. 2021 was the Revs. Yes, because they made it to the Eastern Conference Final and played NYCFC and then lost in penalties.
And NYCFC won the cup that year.
Against the Portland Timbers. Yep. I now Edgar. See, and this is why Edgar is the best, because now he's starting to retract my memory. I remember watching that penalty kick shootout at my mom's job. I remember watching the PK shootout for MLS Cup at my mom's job. Jesus Christ. Man, if he doesn't win Coach of the Year, I don't know what else Columbus needs to do in order to be considered for. True.
Win a Shield.
Yeah, I mean, I think it kind of helped our case.
It seems like all the Shield winners, the coach is the Coach of the Year.
I think it did help our case that Cincinnati didn't lose to Miami over the weekend, so we can kind of catch up to Cincinnati. But at the same time, I think it's, I don't know.
It's not. It's possible Columbus wins out.
It's highly possible. Yes, we can beat Miami. We know that. Messi's not coming to Columbus. I'm just saying that right now.
Hey, that's the last test.
It will be difficult to catch Miami. It's going to be difficult to catch Miami. I wholeheartedly agree with that.
It is, but here's the funny thing. That's the last test for this Columbus team.
Miami at home.
Miami at home, but also with Messi playing.
Yeah.
If you could go out there and destroy teams and then take that and go play a Messi play in Inter Miami team and dominate and win, what else is there to prove to the world? Are you proving that it's time for Messi to hang his boots up? or is it the fact that Columbus is just that damn good?
What if he
And
doesn't play or what?
no, if he plays,
Oh, okay.
that's the last test. If he plays and Columbus goes and dominates and wins,
Like we did
does that
against them in League's Cup.
and yeah, except he didn't play.
Suarez played though.
Everybody else did except for him.
Yeah.
But with him on the field, how do you play it? How do you match up against the greatest of all time, right? If you could dominate a team with him on the field and win, does that solidify this is the best team, the best Columbus Crew team ever in club history?
I think the case is being argued right now, even without playing against Messi.
It is, but like an achievement, the fact that you go out there, right, and you dominate the GOAT.
Yeah.
And you win. You know what I'm saying? As a player, that's an accomplishment. When you could go out there and win and you dominate the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that will solidify Columbus, this team, as the best team that the club has had. And not only that, but also the best team in the fucking country. Pardon the French.
I'll say this before we move on to your beloved Cappies. I was talking to my mom the night of the game, and I made a post about it on Twitter. And I said, I wish the 2008 team could see how well this organization is now, right? Because I feel like the 2008 team who won the Shield and won MLS Cup set the standard for the club, right? I don't think our 2015 team beat that standard because we missed out on the Shield and missed out on MLS Cup. Yes, we made it to the final, but I don't think it just barely missed the bar that was set by the 2018. The 2020 team, I get it. It was COVID. So you played pretty much every team in the Eastern Conference like 5 times because that's what it was essentially. You're just playing everybody in the conference and then you meet for MLS Cup and whatever. I don't think Caleb Porter's second year beat that standard that was also set, only because of the situation that everything was in. On a regular year like last year or this year, I do feel like the 2020 team may have come close to setting the bar, to exceeding that. I think last year, we missed out on the Shield. They've raised it, right? So if this is the bar for 2008 for the organization, 2023 was kind of here, right? Now you throw in MLS Cup, you throw in a CONCACAF Champions Cup final, you throw in
Leagues Cup.
You're going to throw in Campeones Cup if we win against Club America next month. But just in general, now you're talking about you're raising it even higher, right? Now, and if and when Wilfried Nancy leaves the Columbus Crew, the Crew cannot, by any circumstances, hire a manager within MLS because no MLS manager has the pedigree or the I'm gonna say has the balls to meet the standard that was set as a head coach by Wilfried Nancy for the Columbus Crew. You would have to go out and hire a coach from overseas, from Europe, who has a designated pedigree of winning, of having success multiple years in a row.
Man City's coach?
Oh, dude. Ain't no way in hell Pep Guardiola is coming to fucking Columbus, Ohio. He came one time and got a free jersey from the Crew. There's no way he takes a coaching job with them. Now, on the off chance that happens, because I do not want Eric Ten Hag to come over here and ruin our club like he's doing with Manchester United right now. Even though that club sucks crazy ass. I hate that. That club is terrible.
Give me Jurgen Klopp.
I don't want Klopp. Klopp's done coaching. I don't know why the USMNT went after him. He said it in his exit interview. He's done coaching. It's exhausting. He wants to be done coaching.
He's actually back coaching Liverpool.
Klopp?
Yes.
No, he's not.
I heard that they came back. He came back as a favor.
You mean to tell me they got rid of Arnie Scott or Slot with what? No, there's no way. There's no way.
I'll go with what Manuel said.
No, because he's going to choke away the supporter shield like Arsenal did the Prem last year. No way. No way.
Hey, but
2020 started with Deganek, Quentin, and Moreira in the back line, and room at keeper. Crazy.
To think about 23.
To think 2023 started with Milos Deganek, Philip Quentin, and Steven Moreira in the back line, and Aloy Room at keeper. And now 3 of the 4 are gone.
And Lucas up there in the front.
Oh, don't break my heart, man.
Aiden Morris in the mid.
Don't break my heart, man. Don't break my. Talk about your captains. You broke my heart.
I mean, but look, I'm just saying though, with the team that it started with last year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's night and day. But like he said though, like Manuel said, they can win the Shield or work with Shumbos, Jason, Matan, AZ. I mean,
I think that happens though. I think that happens. I think somehow down the line, Dylan's going to kind of flop in and out of the center mid spot with Sean.
Yep.
Throw in AZ also. I think Jason Rosero will start flopping again with Christian. AZ might start flopping with Christian also.
I think AZ is more creative on the wing.
So Max and AZ.
Yep.
I think Max and AZ will start. Yeah.
You also got DeJuan Jones.
I would want him to flop with he's a lefty. So no, have AZ flop with Farsi and because Max and DeJuan Jones are lefties. So yeah, it's perfect. I don't know, man. He's a mastermind at this. Oh, Jesus.
And
Christ,
the way DeJuan Jones hit the walk-off home run against New York City, in PKs. Yeah. I mean, the walk-off.
Yeah.
Bottom of the 9, 2 outs. 2 outs, bases loaded, and you hit the home run.
Nancy is a freaking mastermind. I love it.
I mean, that's the thing. When Nancy goes, there's you gotta find a coach that plays chess.
It has to come from Europe.
Yeah.
There's no coach in
So,
MLS that knows how to play chess. They're playing checkers. This is a show matter when they pay more to the winner. By the way, how much did the crew win in prize money? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I am not sure. I heard Miami got like I think it was like 300,000 or something like that last year. I'm not sure, honestly. I have no idea. That's above my pay grade, honestly. Cappies.
Yes.
Go ahead. I'm gonna get me some more water while you do this. So
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's episode of Cappy's Corner. As your beloved Cappies were on the road Monday night to take on the Philadelphia Union 2 at Subaru Park. The game went back and forth. Kevin Sullivan opened up the scoring for the game with a golazo. I'm not gonna lie, that goal was just out of this world. Long range too. Got by Staslapkis. I mean, it was a banger. Crew tied it up in the second half from Giamfi. End of the final, it was 1-1 going into PKs. Crew 2, the Cappies didn't pull it out. They lost 5-4 in PKs. They come home with a point. They are still they are in third place in the Eastern Conference. I'm trying to pull up the standings right now. If they want to pull up. Let me go ahead and pull these up real quick. And well, I saw your question. And I don't remember if he played or not. If this wants to load. All right, bear with me, y'all.
are you done? That was quick.
I'm pulling up their website. It doesn't work. Just like an MLS team. Their Next Pro's website's not working. Let's see here. Schedule's not showing up, or
What are we looking for?
I was trying to pull up the standings for Next Pro, but yeah, their website's not working at all. And I don't remember if Cy played in all. Where did it go?
Yeah, no, that's what's happening here. Yeah, their website's down.
Let's see here. Sai did not play yesterday.
Okay, MLS next. Bros standings.
Oh,
Okay.
Sai did play. Sai did play yesterday. He came in the 75th minute for Gio De Libera.
Okay, Crew currently set third.
Yeah, so they're 3 points out of first place. And I believe they play Sunday. I forget who they play on Sunday. So yeah.
Water's cold. Jesus
Well,
Christ.
duh.
Is water wet?
No.
My guy. Good job. Wait. Yeah. I had to think about where I was at. Yep, good job. We don't need to have a debate. Last segment. Crew Union. This is the rescheduled match from August 24th. Now slated for tomorrow night, August 28th. We are the only match that's playing tomorrow night. So
Open Cup.
Yep. So we've already faced the Union one time, and that was in the League's Cup. 3-1 win. Was it 3-1?
Yeah, 2.
Or was it? I can't remember.
I think it was 2-1.
It's 2-1? I don't know. Anyway, we faced the Union, already beat them. So what's tomorrow looking like for Columbus?
I
don't think it's going to be heavily rotated. I do expect Schulte to be back in net. But I don't expect it to be heavily rotated. I do expect it to be like Cucho plays 60-something minutes, Rossi plays 60-something minutes, kind of limited on minutes for the squad, but I don't see it being heavily rotated.
So Crew did win 3-1 in League's Cup over Philly. I do think it's rotated. I think Schultz is back in net. I think, depending on the score, I think either one of the two will come out at halftime. Either Cucho or Diego.
I can see that.
Or I see Christian coming off the bench.
So Matan will be starting, more than likely.
Either Matan or Jason.
Yeah.
I think you lean more towards Jason starting. I think Christian comes on for Diego in the 65th, 75th minute. I think you see, which I think he comes in for Jason. Or I think he comes in for Jason. I think you see Matan come in for Diego. Or you might get Dylan. Dylan start. Dylan comes in for Diego.
Yep.
As far as Dewan,
I think he starts.
I do too. Give Max a break.
Easy.
I think we see Yao in the second half.
Okay.
I think we see Derek Jones. coming for Darlington.
So you see a lot of changes being made after halftime.
Yeah.
Philly, on the other hand, they lost their third place match in Leagues Cup to the Colorado Rapids. Shout out Zach Steffen for being best keeper.
I mean, honestly, he deserved it.
Yeah. After Columbus beat not LA, Philly, do you think that Philly also might have a little bit of a revenge factor coming into this match? Now that it kind of
Means something.
means something. I mean, that match meant something, getting to the final, but now we're talking standings. We're talking, Philly being 10th, but they have a chance to hop the red line with a win and get as far as
6
points. Where are we at? 27, 29, 30, 9th.
So they would be in the playing game.
If playoffs started after tomorrow, yes. Philly lost Damian Lowe in a transfer. They did lose Damian Lowe in a transfer. So does Philly come in with a kind of a revenge factor on their side after losing to Columbus in the Leagues Cup semis?
Yes and no. I say yes because they got outclassed in Leagues Cup.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't get an automatic berth into CONCACAF. I say no because Nazi has not beaten Philly in league play since joining Columbus.
Right.
So Jim Curtins is probably sitting there like they got to beat us in league play. Where it really matters is league points. You know what I'm saying? And you're sitting in third place in the East. You know what I'm saying? With a pretty much a Philly team that has, let's just say, this year, no postseason. They have a chance, but they have a brutal schedule. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's a revenge factor. I think Jim Curtins is sitting there like, it's more or less a revenge game for Columbus because they're 0-1-1 against Philly in league play since Nazi took over. So you're muted.
Sorry. What would be, let's say, give me one key to the game for tomorrow for the Columbus Crew on how they can win in Philly. Last time we played in Philly, we lost 4-1, which was crazy.
And look at the back line we had.
Touche.
The only one that's left is Morera and Schulte. So key to the winning tomorrow. Be consistent. Respect your opponent. Be consistent. And keep that intensity going. And whatever you do for the life of you, do not get no penalty called in the box. Please.
That was brutal. Since we are the only match, prediction.
4-0.
Fart. That's bold, sir. Need to be careful with that guy. The long ball tactics are helping our opponents break our press Yeah.
It does, but that's how Nazi plays, though.
I
Nazi
don't
plays
know.
high risk, high reward.
I don't know who that is, honestly.
Well, going with the
Anyone says
safe bet 2-1.
Yeah. Who is Aiden? I don't know. I would assume that's a Philly player. I don't know who that is. But yes, for sure. You said 4-0?
Yeah.
That's bold, sir. That's bold. Give me 2-1 Columbus. Also, with Manuel. I think Cucho and Rossi get on the board in the first half. And then I can see Daniel Gazda getting the
I
lone
hate
goal
that man.
for he's a good player for Philly, like late in second half. So yeah. I do think Philly might have not really a point to prove, but I do think Philly will kind of play their best that Jim Curtin will have them to play. But I don't think it's going to be enough for the way that Columbus is playing right now in league play. I don't think it's going to be enough. I think
their fans have turned on them.
Oh yeah, they did. They got rid of Carranza, who was their star. Ty Baribo, though, that's a player who we got to get. That's a player who we got to look out for. Honestly,
Yeah,
Ty Baribo, he's good. He's pretty solid.
We didn't get to face him in the semis.
No, he was suspended for the softest yellow cards I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
So, that was brutal. I still think we win even if he plays, but that's just me.
I say 4-0. Pat gets his revenge. His sweet. He gets his Rocky Apollo story in Philly after last year.
Yeah.
U.S.
Last
Open
but not
Cup
least,
prediction.
have for which game tonight or tomorrow?
Seattle, LAFC.
Seattle 2-1.
Seattle 2-1.
What the hell did my camera just do? Yeah, Seattle 2-1.
I take that.
Last but not least, yellow card, red card. I don't have one for the week.
I do.
Oh Jesus!
It's both a red and a yellow.
Okay, continue.
It's I have an issue with drivers.
Jesus Christ, you got so loud.
Really?
Yeah, you sat up and you were talking way too loud in my ear.
I got an issue with drivers that are getting onto freeways and they don't want to get up to speed.
I think every card you give is with drivers. You should already know Columbus drivers suck.
This wasn't Columbus.
Oh, this is just in general.
This was Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky.
Well, still, drivers suck.
Yes, but
continue.
You should be getting up to speed, getting onto the freeway. When you got cars doing 70, 75 miles an hour, and you want to be the asshole that is doing 55, 60 and get onto the freeway and then slowly get up to speed, and you cause people to either check up or have to swerve because you don't want to put your foot down and go, you don't need a driver's license. You need an Uber. And then Then you sit there and you go by the driver and they're sitting there looking like they don't have a care in the world. Like you almost lost your life because you don't want to get up to speed. Like, really? I got a yellow card.
My envy when Jerald said he went to Buc-ee's for brisket. All right. Okay, red card. He didn't get a Shoney's. I don't have one, so it's pretty laid back segment for me.
Your mom has the ultimate red card.
Yeah. I think. Oh yeah, I told you about it, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did.
That's bullshit.
Okay. Shout out to that person in the background. Jesus Christ. Other than that, kind of short show. Nothing really extravagant. Thank y'all for tuning in. What is that? What are you doing? Are you messing with something? Oh. Thanks y'all for tuning in. Catch us every Tuesday or sometimes Wednesdays. Now on YouTube. Elon Musk said to hell with live streaming on Twitter. You must now pay. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So we'll be live here on YouTube from now on. Tell your friends, tell your families, tell your dogs, tell your kitty cats to subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on YouTube, thank y'all for staying till the end. If you are listening, I'm going to start posting back, by the way, because I've been burnt out these last couple of weeks with ODU starting. If you have listened on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Google, or iHeart, thank y'all for listening. Be sure to check out the supporter link in the description on Spotify. Donate to the show. Every penny goes back to the show for travel, hotels, food, gas, so we can get some content for you guys on away trips. You guys can also watch us on YouTube, Spotify, Goals TV, and the Yamo Media app. Go to your App Store, Play Store, download Yamo Media, find our show there. You guys can follow us on Twitter, on Instagram at Wisemen Say Podcast, on TikTok at Wiseman Pod, on Twitter at Wiseman Pod. Guys can follow Jerald on Twitter
at Jerald_Lucas 96.
You guys can follow me on Twitter at Fisher Tyler__. And thank y'all once again for tuning in. We love you. And my friend, as tradition goes, Wisemen say,
only fools rush in.
Peace out, everybody. Have a good week. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. Stay cool. Hug your loved ones. Go Crew.
Hey, stay tuned to the battered fans to catch Ty as he gets ripped again.
Shout out to also, if you guys haven't already seen, I will be appearing on the Battered MLS Fans podcast here in about half an hour. Link is on my Twitter page. Go and invade the mostly inner Miami fans in the chat. Let's go ahead and get some Crew fans in there, please. I'll be on there in about half an hour with Fabian Rankel from Area Sports Network in 90 minutes. I believe I will be also with Daniel from the Battered Herons and a couple others talking Leagues Cup, MLS Open Cup, and just stuff MLS in general. So tune into that 9 o'clock tonight and go ahead and give them a subscribe, follow. Also, they're great people. Other than that, as I said, stay cool, stay hydrated, hug your loved ones, stay safe, stay cool, stay hydrated, hug your loved ones, go Crew.
Stay wise, y'all.